The disparity between hotels and Airbnbs could not be greater right now.
This TikToker is revealing Airbnb's dirty secret.
You check into a hotel, they treat you like a god. They're like, anything you need, we got it. They're like, we even folded a hand towel to look like a swan on your pillow. You're like, oh my God, I feel so good. You check into an Airbnb, you're getting a text from a woman named Louise that's like, the keys under the flower pot on the back porch. And you go to the back porch and there's like 1,000 flower pots. Like every Airbnb check-in feels like you're on a game show called like Home Invaders. And then the entertainment's not even comparable. Like you got HBO in every hotel, HBO on the television. So you're just putting on a movie. You're watching it like it's 1998 in the hotel. With the Airbnb, you got Louise texting you like the instructions for the Roku are on the kitchen table. And you look at it's like a stationery with flowers on it and just scribble. And you're like, well, I guess I'm not watching Love Island this weekend. And then even checking out at the hotel, it's like, they're like, just throw the towels on the damn floor. We don't care. Do whatever you want. And the Airbnb, the night before, you're getting a text like, oh, strip the sheets, start a load of laundry, sweep the floor, you'll never see a deposit again. You're like, what is our arrangement? Do I work for you?
So this TikToker by the name of Matt Buechel points out something that on some level seems like a really simple observation, but reveals something deeper to it. And that is the fact that a lot of these app-based services depend on a lot of unpaid labor, specifically unpaid labor in domains that people very often ignore. And there's a lot of reasons why people tend to ignore this type of labor, but let's lay it out exactly what it is. And that is the fact that the cleaning and the basic care work of maintaining a hotel is something that Airbnb providers don't really do. They expect you to clean the space. They expect you to maintain the space. They expect a significant amount of unpaid labor from the people that are showing up at the facility. And the reason why this is important is for several reasons. First and foremost, it puts a lot of workers out of a job. It turns out it takes a decent amount of people to run a hotel and to maintain it and clean it and all of those things. And instead of hiring those people, they're expecting you to do all that work yourself for free. But then there's the general impact on the economy, because one of the things that Airbnb is doing is it is leading to a bunch of landlords buying up tons of property in town, not to rent out to people who actually live in town, but to specifically rent out through Airbnb, which is raising the rent for everybody else. That means that the cost of living in any given city can be greatly influenced not just by the amount of people that live there and their incomes, but also anybody that might for any reason feel the need to get an Airbnb there. Now, all of a sudden, people who actually live in the community are directly competing with people who are just showing up for a week or two. And that is causing housing costs across the country to skyrocket. And this is all at the same time undermining the hotel industry and potentially leading to a lot of hotel workers to potentially lose business and their jobs. Now, this tendency is not unique or specific to Airbnb. It is generally more pervasive throughout capitalism as a whole, which is their hope is to make as much money as possible with as little effort as possible. And app-based services really are the min-max when it comes to capitalism. Minimum overhead, minimum staffing, maximum profits. Because realistically, Airbnb is just a middleman. All of these apps are just a middleman. But what they do as middlemen is extract as much profits as they possibly can from both the landlords and the renters in this situation. And a lot of that leads to you doing a ton of unpaid labor. This is about capitalism squeezing as much profits as possible out of a system while expecting workers to put up more and more labor for free. Because it's not that nobody is replacing hotel workers, it's that you are replacing hotel workers, with the added bonus of destroying the housing market at the same time.